Hello, happy Friday. It's me, Kai, and this week's topic was what does free mean to me? And I didn't watch any of the other guys' videos because I wanted my my response to this topic to be completely unbiased and uninfluenced by any of the other guys' videos. And to be honest, I'm like thinking in my head, okay, so what what does like what what does free mean to me? To me, sounds like a pretty open question. So I'm wondering like what the other guys' take on it was, and I know right after I upload this video, I'm definitely gonna go watch theirs. And if you haven't, you should go do that with me right after you're done watching this. So, anyways, what does free mean to me? um, I feel like this can be interpreted so many different ways, this question. And so I guess I'd start out with saying there's a like freedom of self. I think, like there's like freedom in expression and freedom of speech and um, all those things I think are important. To me, I feel like one of my basic core beliefs in life is that you should be allowed to do as you please with your own body, your own self, your own property, items, all what's yours, as long as it's not um, causing harm to someone else or affecting someone else's ability to be in control and have the freedom of, well, okay, I don't want to say freedom yet because I'm trying to define like how I think of like freedom as a whole. Do I believe, okay, so oh, it's such a like what I'm trying to get across is such a big concept. I don't even know how to put it in words. Because my view, honestly, is, do I believe that Americans are free? No, but I believe that we're definitely more free than other countries, people in other countries. Yes, but like what I think like the actual definition of freedom is, no, because we have laws that contradict things that I believe would be freedom, which is just like a personal opinion of mine, but that's like what I'm trying to get across, and that's just like a big thing, but that's like a big overall thing. I think that freedom is being able to do what makes you most comfortable and most feel content and right, as long as it's not inflicting on someone else's ability to do that or like causing harm to someone else, which then gets into like a thing because some people, they are content doing that. So do they have the freedom to do that stuff because it makes them content? Like in my opinion, not really, because then they're inflicting on someone else's freedom to not be harmed. I guess, but like that's like the big thing of freedom, um, and what I feel like free is. Almost forgot. Almost forgot. Also, I want to say like the freedom of knowledge, like to have access to your needs, and also to have access to the knowledge of different points of views and as many points of views as possible, and information and all that stuff. So like in that case, if you're allowed to do unto yourself as you please, you should also be have the freedom and all that to the knowledge of what you're doing to yourself and your stuff and with your stuff, like all that, like education, all that. Yeah, it was important. I had to put it in. So I think there's a lot of stuff within the world that just, the way society works kind of causes us not to be free, to be honest, fully. And all that. I think I'm not like trying to like bash America or anything like that. Like, I'm not at all. I'm just saying, like, the big concept of free, like, society as a whole, I don't think there's any place, I don't know, well, who knows, maybe, but I don't know of a place, any place where the people live completely what I would consider free, but that's just, like, society. So, free. I definitely, a big thing, just, like, when I think of the word free and associated with, like, trans things, I think of the chest area, to be honest, because I was trying not to, because this is not my concept of free, but I was thinking of this topic. It keeps popping in my head, so why not bring it up? A lot of people say when, you know, getting top surgery, it makes them feel free, more free. Did I feel that way? Yes, I felt more like I could express myself, I felt more comfortable, and I actually am more, like, free in, like, my body movements and stuff like that, to be literal. And then that just goes back into the whole thing of just being able to feel content and at peace within yourself and within the world. All that. I think that's true freedom. Feeling completely at peace with your surroundings and where you are and what's going on in your life, whether that's negative or positive, they all have a purpose, or not really a purpose, that's not the correct word. I'd say more like they all have substance. So the negative things, there's gonna be an outcome from those, and it's kind of like what you do with that outcome, I feel like affects the way you see the world and view the world and things like that. So I think freedom is being able to take both the negative and the positive and just be like, this is what happened and there's going to be an outcome, and this outcome is going to be the best possible outcome that there could be from what happened. And I think once you're able to do that, or people who are able to do that, have found some sort of level of freedom in what I feel like free means. That's what I feel like free would be. I can't say I'm always there. Maybe I've been there at times. Definitely not always there. I think dealing with mental illness definitely keeps a lot of people feeling locked up and not free, and I can definitely relate to that 100%. So I get that, and that's, you can't just change the way you're thinking. That's a big thing. Like, for a long time I was just completely, like, locked within myself with the dysphoria, being trans, not knowing I was trans. I was, like, in this little prison within myself I couldn't escape. I couldn't even find my voice until I started kind of figuring out that I was trans. And you know, dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, it can really just be, really make you feel locked up and isolated and alone, and, like, I was literally, like, trapped inside this image of what people thought I was, being trans, and also just with mental illness in general, not being able to express myself, couldn't do class presentations or anything. Just, it was bad, and I think I can completely understand that. I think freedom is definitely the opposite of mental illness. But not to say you can't be free with a mental illness, with the right kind of circumstances and support and treatment in some cases. So, I don't know. That was my long ramble about what I think it means to be free. It kind of went everywhere. It kind of went nowhere. I don't know. I don't know what you made of that. But, like I said, I feel like it's a really big concept. I don't know what the other guy said. I don't know if I took it, like, if I just read into it too much. But I'm going to go watch the other guy's videos, and if you haven't yet, you should too, totally, with me. Let's do it. Alright. I love you all. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.